It's not going to be a real sad story time or real sad video. But it is the holiday. I'm still in the holiday mood. But I feel I have to tell you this story. You know how I always talked about nursing? Everybody think that nurses have a lot of money. And you may think that. But there's something about nurses. I remember one time the police stopped me in Georgia on my way to a travel assignment. And I think at the time they were looking for a kid. And, they were checking each car. And so he stopped me because I had a little one in the back. Didn't really look like me. Look a little fair-skinned, but is an African American. So he stopped me because I think they were looking for somebody that was biracial. Anyway, so he was talking, and he's, while they talking, asking you where you going, and they act like they nice and everything. The boys in blue, the men in blue, wherever you want to call them, give them respect. Don't even touch nothing because you don't want anything to happen. So he was asking me all these questions. Why did I have a cooler in my car? Because I'm going on a long trip. Where am I going? Certain things. And he was trying to pick my brain like I wouldn't know things. I told him I was going to Pennsylvania. Well, do you know where my wife and I stayed at the Poconos? Okay, I know about the Poconos. And I was telling him about little things about the Poconos. He was shocked. He thought I was, in Georgia. Never been travel, never went anywhere. He's just kept testing me. This ranger, this trooper, this policeman, wherever you want to call him. And so, stay tuned.
Cops was just questioning me, testing me, asking me all these questions, and I finally told him I was a travel nurse because I couldn't take the questioning anymore. And he said, "Oh, you a nurse?" When somebody say, "Oh, you a nurse," makes me wonder because I get flashback like I'm in the room and the patient family say, "What school did you go to?" What school should I tell them? Should I say I go to Harvard? Does Harvard have a nursing program? Oh, yeah. I should say, roll ties. Because they love their football. Maybe I should say that. Or the Temple University. I don't know what to tell them. So I said, I just smiled. Then they asked again, "What school did you go to?" So when, and I don't, I just say, "Oh, try to change the subject." 'Cause I'm just tired of that question. That's why I don't answer it. But, with Boys in blue, you better answer that question. So anyway, I was telling him that I was a nurse. He said, "Are you a nurse? What's a nurse? I'm wondering in my mind. I know what he means, where he's gonna go, 'cause you know, with a little chuckle, you can tell he was chuckle. Like, I can't be a nurse. What does a nurse look like? Do I need to wear white all the time? And even when I wear white, I'm having this conversation, y'all. Even when I wear white, it doesn't matter. So what do I do? I don't know. So the first thought, he said, "Oh, you're a CNA." So I said, nurse anesthetist certified? Is that what you mean? No, I'm not that. But anyway, so I said, okay, I'm a RN. So he looked shocked. And he looked down at his pad.
And gave me what you call, I'm thinking, I panic anytime they give me anything, but it wasn't a ticket. It was a warning. He claimed I was going too close to the truck, like I was running away with somebody's child in the back because they were looking for a kid. And so he stopped me while I'm pretty sure his partner was running the tags and running all the information, probably find out that I wasn't involved with the CIA or whatever. That's what they do. What do they call it? Racial profiling? I just happened to fit the case. And I got pulled over by a blue. I wasn't wearing uniform. So I wanted to go because I have a time limit. You have a time limit. I chose to leave at the last minute because I want to be at the hotel just in time to go to work next day. But I didn't get it. I had to call out because it slowed me down when the cops stop you. Anyway, this is not the story I'm telling you. I'm just giving you a hint how when he heard that I was a RN, he looked down at his pad and he looked up at me and then he looked down again. He looked up. You guys make a lot of money. And I'll say, you too? Nah. And can I go? And he gave me a warning and I went away. And that was it. But the moral of this story, the reason why I'm telling you this little story is everybody think that nurses make a lot of money. And I kind of figure out why you thought that. Yeah, if you work 16 hours every day, your check may look good. They may take a lot of taxes, but it look good before tax. So that's why a lot of people target nurses. They want to get with nurses because they think nurses make a lot of money because of the stability. That's how I see it. Anyway. You know, I'm coming out with a story. I got fired. You heard me. I'm sure you read the title. On the holiday, I got fired. So I'm going to tell you the story. How I got fired from my nursing job. And I know I said that I never, it took me a while to tell you this. And you're going to say, oh, Patrice, did you ever said you never get fired? I'm telling you my mistakes. And I'm going to tell you this mistake. Was it a mistake? Find out to the end. Because you're going to learn from this. Okay. Nurses make a lot of money. And sometimes when I first got into nursing and working all these hours and you're making all this money and you can pay your bill and the money just and the stability and you just kept working and working. And I told y'all, I was a workaholic. Workaholic. I just be getting up, take a bath, work, and eat fast food, and my health was going down. So this particular day, it was close to Christmas. And whenever it's close to Christmas, that's when there is rapid assignment, 4 weeks assignment, 2 weeks assignment, 1 week assignment. So this agency, a couple of agencies had called me and said, do I want to make $65 an hour? I'm like, what I got to do? That's me. I was looking at my calculator. Oh, I'm going to make that money because I was a workaholic. And then we always thinking money. I got this mind. I'm business mind. I'm thinking, oh, I can make $65 an hour. Then this other agency called me. Do I want to make $70 an hour? I'm like, what? Then before I know it, it went from 80, from 65, 70 to $95 an hour. I said, hooray! Hallelujah! And I got my phone and I was calculating $95 an hour for 3 weeks. But I gotta work. At my job, I'm mandated to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. How am I going to get out of it? So I went to my friend, my nurse friend, and I said, Cynthia, I just got this text. Couple agency, they said they're going to pay us $65 an hour. And then this last one I got, first it was 65, and then it was 70, and now it's 95. We got to go, girl. Where we going? She said, we got to go. And she thought it was 1 day. So I said, no, we got to go for 2 weeks. She said, Patrice, I ain't, because, you know, that was like we roll together. We always go to the same job together. She said, Patrice, I wouldn't chance it. I said, so I'm a little risk taker, and you might call me a little gambler. I said, I'm going to step out on faith, Cynthia. I am going. She said, don't do it. Why? How you going to get back in time for Christmas? I said, I'll worry about that when the time comes. She looked at me. I said, I'm going to fill out that. I'm going to call that company. And so all they did was text me now. Like I said, I don't know how these people get my name. I think they get your name, the board of nursing. They just go and see who has the license and just, they need nurse and they rush you with the text. You have to know, I usually look them up to say, is this legit? Don't just text, somebody text you and give out all your information. Make sure you check to see if it's an agency. So it was an agency, and they wanted me to go to New York for 3 weeks. And I was going to get, like, they said $75 an hour, this particular one. And when I got there, it became 75 turned into 95, and I didn't get back till a month, close to 2 months. You're making all that money. Now, you know, Christmas now, I got a call. I try to avoid the call. I was thinking what I'm gonna say. I can't lie on my mother, and I don't like to lie because it come back. So what am I do? Should I quit this job or let them fire me or what? So I got a call. Patrice, you're supposed to be working today. I'm like, I thought Cynthia was working. Try to bluff it or anything. When you're in that mode, sometimes the nursing money can make you get greedy. And I'm be honest, the money that you're going to make, sometime if you're a hustler, sometime the money in nursing will make you become so greedy. You compromise by say, okay, I don't have to go there. If I could not make that. I was already in a contract with this particular agency. My regular job, I'm hoping and praying and that they will give me back my job when I get there in 2 months. Realistically, that's not happening. And I kind of knew it, but I took that risk. And so on the phone, it was the administrator / DON, director of nursing, said if you don't get here today, you won't have a job. How am I going to get there? It was just a dilemma, and I lost the job. It was a good job. It was paying well. It was very stressful. Would I do it again? No way. No way. I didn't get myself in that situation again. Why? I'll tell you why. It was okay. So now you got to look for another job that takes a little while. So no, I wouldn't do it. Just stay PRN. If you're in the habit, you want to travel, just stay PRN and keep them in the loop. PRN that's flexible is okay. But I wouldn't do that with my full-time. Some people, it wasn't me. The people that I met along the way lost their job because, like I said, the money made us greedy. I would never do that again. Got fired during the holiday. It didn't affect me because I was working somewhere else. But the reason why I'm telling you this, in case you decide to, I want to go out, I bought my ticket and they wouldn't let me go, scenario like that, I'm going to go anywhere, anyway, and hoping and praying that they're going to keep you on the job. Don't think about that. You are going to get fired. You are going to be terminated. So when they give you those holiday schedule, I try not to. If I can find somebody that work for me, the holiday that I want off is fine. But if you can't, then you're going to have to figure out a way and just leave that big money alone. When I calculate that, I said, what I'm making here, I'm going to go make there. But that's just temporary. To me now, it doesn't make sense. It's not. Don't do it. How I chose another assignment over my full-time job sound quite silly. But at the time I was thinking, oh, it's the money. All I was thinking about is the money. And the money can make you become so greedy. Greedy enough to make decision that in the long run, like, not compromise your work, but compromise your stability. And that's what main thing I want to get to you is you will lose that job. Consistent money is better than just a fast money. It goes so fast. Nurse got fired. I got fired. Holiday time, during the holiday time, Christmas, I want to say close to when I just became an RN, because when I was an LPN, I was making like $18 an hour. When I became an RN, they start you over, and it was still $18 an hour. I was a little upset at first because when you been an LPN for so long and then you became an RN and they want to start you back the same, you feel like, why did you go to school? It's the same thing you're doing. You just upgrade, you be a supervisor, admin, or other, you get more assignment, more responsibility as an RN. And here you start me off at 18, just like when I was an LPN. So when that situation happened, it was like, oh, I could make this money. It was like a year after I became an RN, that opportunity came. And I thought about, should I just quit the job and then, come back? But I wasn't thinking at the time that I was hoping that maybe they would need me enough that they would keep my space. But I think one DON once told me, and I'll never forget her. She said, I'd rather have one good nurse than to keep the ones that don't want to be here. So if you don't want to be here, Patrice, don't come on board. And I felt bad because, in a way, I felt bad how I lost the job, but it happens, and it will happen in your career. Some of you may sit in front of me and say you never got fired. I didn't think about it until, during the holiday. I'm thinking, wait a minute, well, I could do this story. I forgot. I got fired by going on that assignment. I remember Cynthia telling me, don't do it. Don't do it. And I didn't listen to my friend. I made a decision, so I have to, when you make a decision, you have to take the consequences. And I did. And hopefully and faithfully, I did find another job right away. So it was okay. It was okay. But I know that I can't use them anymore. So I wanted to come out here and tell you this story. It's Christmas, it's holiday. See my little Santa? I'm still in that mood. And I'm hoping that you're having a wonderful day or night in your state or country. If you like this video, please share. Give me some recognition on YouTube. Have a wonderful, wonderful time and a merry, merry holiday. Please don't forget to share.